I know, I know. Yesterday it was a suit. Today it's just a shirt. Hey, it's Scott from Scott on Security, and we got some news for you today. Um, you know, do you send email? I'm betting you do. I mean, we all send email at some time. Did you know there's a right way and a wrong way if you're going to be sending email out to a whole bunch of people? Yeah, well, one manufacturer who makes smart electronics, one of their staffers apparently didn't. So normally if you're going to send out to a bunch of people to protect their privacy, you would put those email addresses in the BCC field, blind carbon copy. That way when people receive it, they only see the actual sender and maybe their own name. They don't see everybody else. Well, this manufacturer, the staffer made an error and sent out several hundred email addresses of clients out to other clients. Now, the problem with that is if one of those people happens to be infected by a virus, guess what? Chances are the hackers now have those email addresses. Scott, what's the big deal that they got an email address? Well, the big deal is that's worth something on the dark web. They can validate where it came from. Makes it a little bit more valuable. Now you're on a spammers list. Now you're going to start getting targeted by a bunch of phishing emails and other type of scams and junk mail. So be good stewards of your clients' email addresses and of your friends' email addresses and families. And those chain emails, oh, stop it. There's nothing worse than having to scroll down 10, 15 minutes to try to get to the actual message because people just keep sending it on and sending it on and sending it on. Listen, you want to send on an email, perfectly fine. Take that stuff out because, again, if a computer anywhere along that link is infected, the bad guys can scrape all those email addresses out and sell them and use them. And now everybody's going to be getting that stuff. So do a favor. If you want to send on a joke email, fine. You want to send on a chain email, great. Not going to stop you. Can't stop you. But I would suggest you take all those email addresses out and be a good steward and be a good friend. Other big news making the rounds today is you've probably heard of Ashley Madison. It was a hookup website. There's no other way to say it. It was, consenting adults. They sign up for meeting people. There, we said it. Now, they got hacked. And a lot of those users were approached and were trying to be blackmailed and held for extortion. Pay us some money or we're going to release your information. It was a really bad scene a few years ago when this happened. There was some suicides, actually, that were traced back to this. A lot of people were using their work addresses. And for many, that was bad because it ended up being military addresses in the Canada, U.S., or government addresses. It was just bad, bad, bad. So we've had some time, or a couple of years, things have been quiet, but it's heating up again. Bad actors are again taking that Ashley Madison information that they've obtained off the dark web and are reaching back out and they're trying to extort people again. To say, hey, we know you're on this site, you better pay us or we're going to tell everybody about it. So that's never a good thing when that information keeps coming back up and around. And you say, Scott, why do things go to the dark web? Well, it's the money, right? You think of a bad crime that can happen in the physical world, and there'll be bad actors out there that have figured out how to craft that or draft that or make it happen in the virtual world, right? Ransomware. The old days you'd have to go kidnap someone and then demand a ransom. Well, they figured out how to kidnap your data and ask for a ransom. Extortion. Well, they figured out how to get on your webcams and sextortion and Ashley Madison, and we can go on and on and on and on. So those are a couple of things that are happening in the cyber world. Kind of be on the watch out for. And thanks a lot for joining me on Scott on Security. Stay safe out there.